Welcome to our virtual undergraduate open day at Queen's University Belfast. We are delighted to host this three-day event. My name is Jenny Kendall and I'm the Acting Head of Domestic Recruitment and Events, and I'm joined by my colleague Raymond Miller, who is our Undergraduate Student Recruitment Officer. Raymond and I are going to give you a little bit of an introduction into the Open Days event, and then we're going to talk to you a little bit more about all things Queen's University.
Our Open Day will offer you the chance to find out more, not just about the subjects that we offer, but also about student life at Queen's, from our clubs and societies, careers and employability opportunities, to finding out more about our student accommodation. What's more, you'll have the chance to speak to our academic staff, students and alumni who will be on hand to answer any questions that you have.
Through this Open Day event, we hope that you will be able to explore and discover more about why Queen's is a choice university for so many. So let's get started with planning your day. We know that when choosing a university, there's a lot to take in. So that is why we are running this event with a similar lineup across the 3 days, the 10th, 11th and 12th of September. This will allow you to dip in and out as it suits. But don't forget that everything is going to be available afterwards. So the first thing to look at is explore our festival map. This will take you to all the areas of the Open Days event, from subject talks, student finance, through to careers, employabilities and skills. To give you a sense of some of the things that are happening across the days, there's lots of things that are on demand. So things like our subject talks, we've got over 60 of them. We have in-depth discovery sessions, presentations from our support services across the university, such as the Students' Union, Disability and Wellbeing, and of course we will have live chat. But make sure that you tune in across the day to these live events that are also happening. So we have a live webinar for our students panel, which is happening at 1 and 4 p.m. Also drop in to see what's happening at the Lanyon building at 1:30. So there's lots and lots of things that are happening across the day, but also some of the fun stuff that we're doing. So don't forget that at lunchtime every day, we are having a exercise workout, which will be hosted by Queen's Sport. We've also got competitions, and make sure you follow us on Instagram stories, where we'll be asking our students to choose their journey and see what they are getting up to across the campus and Belfast City Centre. I want to touch on our discovery sessions. These will offer a deep dive into an area of a course to bring to life what you will be studying here at Queen's. Many of the sessions will be on demand, so you can watch them at any time, but I also want to just highlight a few of them that are running across the 3 days. That will be live webinars where you will be able to interact through chat. I would ask you to check it out on our Plan Your Day itinerary on the website. But also, if you're not able to make all of them, don't forget that everything will be available after the event. And just to touch on what I mentioned before about competition, as you've registered for this event, you have been entered to win 1 year's free accommodation in the first year of your study with us at Queen's. But also make sure you look out for Crack the Code and Win. This is a competition that we are running during the 3 days of Open Days, and you will get the chance to win 1 free semester for our Queen's accommodation. So there's lots and lots of opportunities there. Now, on to talk about why choose Queen's. At Queen's, we're really proud of the history and heritage of our university, but we're also really pleased about where that history has taken us. With that in mind, I just want to go through a little bit of background all about Queen's University. So firstly, Queen's is currently ranked 209th in the world, which puts us in the top 1% of universities worldwide. This is one reason why a lot of the students, both domestically and internationally, choose to come and study with us. Did you know that we're also the 9th oldest university in the UK? And because of this, we are steeped in a rich history and heritage. We are ranked 21st in the world for International Outlook, and this is shown to be is shown to give us a multicultural and diverse campus that we have. We have students from over 85 different countries that come to choose to study with us and live in Belfast. And we have many links with global universities. We have quite a few famous alumni, and many of our graduates go on to do some quite amazing things. Some will do further research in the form of, say, master's or PhD programs. Others will go on to become doctors, nurses, lawyers, and teachers. Some graduates even go on to become famous because of their success. And some who have most recently, we've got listed here. So we've got Susie, who was crowned the 2020 winner of BBC series Best Home Cook. Dennis Eastwood, you might remember him. He was the flatmate in the critically acclaimed TV drama Normal People. And Lisa McGee, who's pictured on the screen, is the award-winning screenwriter for a very well-known TV comedy, Derry Girls. But we've also got alumni, including our sports stars, such as Ulster rugby star Ian Henderson and GAA legend Sean O'Neill. And some of our alumni go on to become leading academics in their field, such as Sinead O'Sullivan, who has gone on to work for MIT and NASA. And if you would like to hear from our alumni, come back to our main stage at 2 p.m. to hear our alumni talk. It's also important to mention that Queen's is a member of the Russell Group. That means that we are one of the 24 elite UK universities that are a research-intensive institution. This means that the academics who will be teaching you will not only be working on your modules, lectures, and coursework, they will be doing groundbreaking research that is changing the world today. This short video that I'm about to show illustrates the type of research going on at Queen's and how that is embedded into what we are doing on a daily basis.
The world is changing at an unprecedented pace. Every industry is embracing change, drawing on a new wealth of insights and tools to advance in today's connected society. At Queen's University, we have a bold ambition to lead the way in the challenges we see ahead. Every day, we touch thousands of lives in our pursuit of excellence. Finding solutions to real-world issues and inspiring research to have real-world impact. We are protecting the cybersecurity of billions of internet users. We are at the forefront of conflict resolution, making a difference to the lives of children, families, and communities across the world. We are working with industry to develop new technologies. We are creating access to safe, nutritious food for a growing population. And we're at the forefront of major medical breakthroughs, making a real impact on people's lives. We give amazing minds a place to do amazing things in a university fit for the 21st century. We are the heartbeat of one of Europe's fastest growing cities, in a country where the hospitality, welcome, and warmth of our people is legendary. Together, we are meeting the challenges of our time head on, developing our students to be the leader of tomorrow with the confidence and innovation to engage in an ever-evolving global culture. Together, we are shaping a better world.
Thanks for that introduction, Jenny. And I'm sure everyone who's watching this is really excited to get started with the open day. But I want to just talk to you a wee bit more about Queen's and give you a brief overview of our institution before you dive in to our festival. When it comes to choosing a course that you want to study at any university, some of the terminology can be a bit confusing. And I want to tell you about the faculties, schools, and courses that we have on offer and what that all really means. The first thing you might hear people talking about is faculties. And a faculty is just a section of the university that is made up of a group of related subject areas. So at Queen's, we have 3 faculties: Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, Engineering and Physical Sciences, and Medicine, Health, and Life Sciences. Each faculty is made up of a number of schools, and within each school, there are courses that you can study. And at Queen's, we have over 200 undergraduate courses that you can choose from. Within the Faculty of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, there are 5 schools, and you can see them listed on the screen. And some of the courses within those schools are ranked in the UK top 20. The faculty contains courses like history, politics, criminology, as well as our languages and music courses. And we also have a number of business courses and law, all within this faculty. Next is the Faculty of Engineering and Physical Sciences, which contains 6 schools and 5 courses are currently in the UK top 20. This faculty has courses like chemistry, maths, physics, computer science, and all the engineering courses. But you can also study architecture, geography, and psychology within this faculty. Our final faculty is Medicine, Health, and Life Sciences, and this is made up of 4 schools, which you can see on screen, and 5 courses are in the UK top 20. Some of the courses include things like medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, and nursing, but also there's things in there that you might not have thought of, like marine biology or zoology. When it comes to selecting a course that you decide you want to study, you have to go a wee bit deeper and familiarise yourself with what the entry requirements are for that course. So for example, for law, the entry requirements are 3 A's, but there's no specific A-level subjects you would have to study. For software and electrical engineering, the entry requirements are A, B, B. You would have to study maths and at least 1 science subject. And for nursing, there's a couple of different combinations. So if you're studying a science subject, the entry requirements would be BCC. Without a science, it's BBC. All our courses accept a combination of A levels, but we also welcome applications from students with other equivalent qualifications, so things like BTECs. And if you are taking a BTEC or an equivalent qualification, and you want to be sure whether you would meet the entry requirements, you can contact our admissions and access service, and you can visit them today at the admissions tent. Once you know the course that you want to study and you're happy with the entry requirements, the last thing you need to think about is, are there any extra levels of selection for that course? So at Queen's, for nursing and midwifery, the personal statement that you would submit as part of your application would be assessed in terms of your eligibility for that course. And if you were successful, you would be invited for an interview as well. Social work is another course that requires you to undertake an interview. As with medicine and dentistry, they also require interviews. With medicine and dentistry, though, there's also an additional UCAT aptitude test that you would have to do as well. For drama, you would have to go to an audition. Music, you would require a musical performance, so you can be assessed on your ability. And for architecture, you would have to submit an art portfolio if you're not studying art at A level. If you want to find out more about any of the courses that we offer at Queen's, you can get yourself over to the subject tent from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and there will be representatives there who can chat to you about the course, and you can find out everything that you need to know. I want to talk to you now about our beautiful campus and the amazing world-class facilities that we have here at Queen's. If you want to check out our campus yourself, you can go to the festival map, click on campus, and you'll be able to take a virtual tour anytime up until 6 p.m. To make Queen's what it is today, we have invested into our campus and facilities. And over the last 10 years, we've invested over £350 million, and we plan to match that over the next 10 years. Our campus is historic. It has lots of historic, beautiful buildings like the Lanyon building, which is the trademark building of Queen's. But through the investment that we have made, we have now developed that historic campus into an innovative learning environment. And some of the facilities we have are really incredible. So things like our computer science building, which you can see in the photo, if nothing else, it's really colorful. but it also has a number of state-of-the-art computer labs and project spaces. Our Biological Sciences building is one of the newest facilities on campus. It has 5 floors and it has state-of-the-art teaching and research facilities. We have a moot court in the School of Law, and this allows law students to get a real-life feel of what the courtroom is like. I really love our Sonic Arts Research Centre. It contains a sonic lab, which gives you a listening experience like you've never had before. So you can play music and sounds through the sonic lab, but it gives you a holistic view of that sound because it's coming from beneath your feet, from the side and from above. It's a really special place to go visit. We have a brand new student centre which is being built as we speak, and when it opens in 2022, it will give a home to all our student services, and it will really be the heartbeat of our campus. Another amazing facility is our Maclay Library, but I'll speak to you about that in just a moment. Our campus has been designed with spacious areas like the library, like the student centre, but there's also a number of cafes on site, and this gives students lots of different areas that they can study, relax and socialise. The Maclay Library, this is somewhere where you'll spend a lot of time doing your research and assignments. Well, at least you should be spending a lot of time there. But it is the main library at Queen's and it's used by over 10,000 students every day. It's not like any old, dark, dusty library you might have been to before. It's bright, airy and spacious. Within the library, there are a large number of special collections, and this includes books, journals, maps and photographs, some of which date back to the 12th century. And these can be used for your research on assignments, or they can be accessed for your personal use. Within the library, there is a floor for each of the faculties, so it means you can go to the specific floor that relates to your course. And there's a mixture of quiet areas, breakout rooms for doing research and group work, and there's also a large number of PCs that you have access to. There's a dedicated language centre within the library, and you can learn over 20 different languages, including sign language. My favourite part of the library, though, is probably the C.S. Lewis reading room. It's a glass room that is dedicated to the work of C.S. Lewis, who was an author from Belfast. And the door to the C.S. Lewis reading room is a hand-carved replica of the wardrobe from The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. So it's really cool, and I would recommend that you go see it on our virtual tour. The next video gives you a bird's eye view of the Maclay Library and all the other buildings and facilities around our beautiful campus. Student life is not just about gaining an education. That's really important. That's why you're going to university. But life at Queen's is also an opportunity to make new friends, start a new hobby or sport, or experience living in Belfast. At Queen's, we have 3 accommodation locations. Elms BT1 and Elms BT2 are in the city centre, and they allow you to experience living in the heart of the city. But we also have Elms BT9, which is a dedicated student village specifically designed with undergraduate students in mind. There are about 2,000 undergraduate students living there. All students at Queen's are guaranteed a place at accommodation in their first year. So if you're moving to Belfast for the first time, you don't have to worry about where to stay. There will be a space for you at Queen's. We have over 3,400 rooms available, and prices range from £75 per week if you're sharing with someone to £149 per week, depending on the type of room that you choose. And there are prices in between those as well. The rent that you pay includes loads of stuff. So it covers all your utility bills. So that's your electric, your heating, your hot water. You get contents insurance with that, so all your belongings are insured. There's high-speed Wi-Fi, a cleaning service, 24-hour security because safety is a priority for us. And you also get a postal service. So if you get a package from Amazon or something you ordered online, the accommodation staff will email you whenever that parcel has arrived. The only thing you have to do really is feed yourself. We will cover everything else, and there's no additional cost within your rent. And there's no hidden costs as well. And when you consider all this and the fact that Northern Ireland has the lowest student cost of living in the UK, it means that living in Queen's accommodation can be a really cheap option compared to other universities in other parts of the United Kingdom. All our accommodation locations also have residential life officers. So these are staff who are employed by the university to help you settle into university life. So they run trips and events, and they help you meet new people, make friends, and they're just there to offer advice and support if you need it. We really recognise the benefit that sport can play in both our physical and mental health, and we're proud of our sporting facilities at Queen's. Whether you are an elite athlete or you just want to get involved in sport for the very first time, you can do that through Queen's Sport. There are a number of indoor facilities that you can use, and the main one would be the Physical Education Centre, or the PEC. And in there you have a state-of-the-art gym and weights area. There's over 100 weekly exercise classes, so you can go along with your mates and do some exercise. There's a 25-metre swimming pool, a diving pool, and a sauna. And there are also loads of climbing walls, squash courts, badminton courts, and 3G pitches that you can use. Within Elms BT1, there's a brand new state-of-the-art gym. And in there are 20 weekly exercise classes that happen. Our outdoor facilities are held at Upper Malone playing fields. And this is the home to our GAA, hockey, rugby, and soccer teams. We also have Queen's Boathouse, which is based right on the River Lagan, and it is used by our rowing clubs. If you're currently performing at a high level within your sport, there are a number of scholarships available to you, and they provide various financial rewards and support. So first of all, we have our Elite Athlete Programme, or EAP, and you would have to have a proven record at junior or senior international level, or if you've participated in an Olympic Games or a World or European Championships, you would be able to qualify for that particular program. There's some academic flexibility with that. So if you have a big match or a competition, you can work with your advisor of studies and maybe get a deadline moved to suit you and to allow you to both excel in your sport and your academic studies. We also have academy scholarships. So these are for people who have a proven record of success in one of the 5 priority sports at Queen's. So that's rugby, hockey, GAA, soccer, and rowing. But if you have a proven record of success in any other sport, you would qualify for a sports bursary. After this talk, why don't you go to the festival map, click on the sport and fitness area, and you can chat to our representatives there about that. Or if you're feeling particularly active, you can join in the live fitness session at 1 p.m. Going to university is about meeting new people, experiencing new things, and having fun. And Queen's Students' Union can help you do all that. Their motto is that they are here to make your life enriching, rewarding, and fun. And there are 5 ways in which you can do that through the Students' Union. Firstly, through Volunteer SU. There's a number of volunteer programs that you can get involved with, and these allow you to play a part in your community to make it a better place. There's also Enterprise SU. So if you have a budding business idea or you have a bit of business acumen, and it's maybe nothing to do with your course that you're studying, Enterprise SU can help you develop those business skills through various workshops and events that they run. And through this help, you can get your business idea off the ground. There's also Advice SU. So they provide you with free independent help or support. So whether you need help with money and funding or accommodation or your well-being, Advice SU are there to help you directly, or they can signpost you to other organizations that can help you. The Student Voice is your way of standing up for what you believe in. You can get elected as a student officer or student councillor or a school or course rep, and you can make a real difference on campus. Finally, you need to check out our clubs and societies. The Students' Union have over 215 clubs and societies, and there's over 15,000 student members involved. So you can see from the screen the range of societies that you can join. So it's things like cheerleading, who our cheerleaders actually competed in the World Championships in Florida last year. We have Dragon Slayers, which is our gaming club, juggling club. Any Harry Potter fans will have noticed the Quidditch club. There's also an underwater hockey club. So there's loads of clubs and societies that you can get involved with. And if a club or society does not exist, the Students' Union will help you to set up your own club or society. That will mean that you will have a leading role within that club. So you might be the president or the secretary or the chairperson. And as well as having lots of fun in doing that, you will also gain valuable skills that will help you whenever you graduate. The next video gives you an overview of everything that the Students' Union here at Queen's has to offer you. Having a degree, finding employment, and supporting you through that process is so important to us here at Queen's. We know you're investing your time and you want to make yourself more employable so that you can get a job once you graduate. And ultimately, that's what you go to university for, to get that job. We have strong links with many employers, and we also have lots of help and support to help you through the process while you're here at Queen's. Firstly, it's important to understand what a degree from Queen's actually gets you. 96% of our undergraduates are in employment or further study 6 months after they graduate, and Queen's graduates are in senior leadership positions in 80 out of Northern Ireland's top 100 companies. So not only are our graduates finding work, but they're also excelling in that work. Queen's is also currently ranked joint 11th in the UK for career prospects after 15 months. And as much as we are really proud of these figures, it's really important that you do your research so you know what the career prospects are for your particular course that you're hoping to study. While you're at Queen's, one way in which we can help you prepare you for the workforce is through our Degree Plus Award. This enables you to develop transferable skills, and it allows you to gain an accreditation for the work-related activities that you do. So there are over 100 verified activities that you can choose from. So things like becoming a campus tour guide, like the student in the photograph there, he's about to show some other prospective students around the campus. Or you can be a student ambassador, where you would help out at certain events going on around the university. You could also go back to your school and tell people about Queen's and your experience. There's also homework clubs and leadership programs and business activities that you can get involved with as well. The award is sponsored and recognised by employers, and over 2,000 students do this each year. It's a brilliant way to make friends and build networks, but it also helps, like I said, develop those transferable skills. And how it physically looks is that on the day of your graduation, you would be handed your degree certificate to say that you've done all your academic work, and you would also be handed your degree plus certificate to say that you have done all these extracurricular activities. If you have the opportunity to do some international travel while you're at university, through our Global Opportunities team, this is something we really encourage you to do. It can broaden your horizons, it enriches your university experience, and what we're talking about here, it allows you to gain that edge in the job market. You can either take a semester or a full year, and you can do that across many universities across the world. Over 900 Queen's students do this each year, and some of the programs that they get involved in are things like Study China, where you would experience Chinese life, culture, the language and business for 3 weeks during the summer. There's the Erasmus program where you can study, work or teach as part of your degree in a European country. And we also have Study USA, where you would study a business course for 1 year in a college in America. And by doing this, by stepping outside of your comfort zone, it really shows to employers that you have shown a wee bit of independence, and it's something that you can talk about in interviews. We recognise that for some people, coming to university can be a bit scary, and finding that career path can be a bit scary and daunting. But it's really important to know that we are here and we can help and support you every step of the way. The first place you would go to if you need any sort of support would be our Student Guidance Centre, and the staff in there will be happy to help you. If you need academic support, you would go to your advisor of studies. That is your point of contact for your course, and you would be assigned an advisor of studies whenever you enrol. We also have a learning development service, so if you need help with anything like study skills or academic writing or time management or anything involving the learning of your course, you would do that at the Learning Development Service, and you can do one-to-one sessions, group sessions, or it can be done online. We also have our Careers, Employability and Skills Service, and they help you with your career goals specifically. They link you up with employers and equip you with the skills you need to stand out in the job market. They also have a number of internships and volunteering opportunities that they can offer you, and they will also help you with Degree Plus and the global opportunities that we have already spoken about. Our disability and wellbeing services are there if you have any level of disability. That service is there to help you, whether that be physical disabilities, mental conditions, sensory impairments. If you're on the autistic spectrum in any way, the disability service can help you with that, and they can provide adjustments, so whether that be scribes or readers or the use of equipment to help you through your university experience. We also have our wellbeing support team, so they offer counselling and advice services. There are drop-in centres, and they offer safe and healthy relationship advice. And if you want to speak to any of these services now, you can do so by going to the festival map, find the service that you want more information about, and just click on it. As well as students and teachers watching this, we know there are going to be a lot of parents and guardians who are also tuning in right now. And you're thinking about sending your kids to the big city of Belfast, which is in the picture there. We really want to let you know that we understand how your son or daughter's journey through exams, to applying to university, to going to university, it can be really exciting, but it also can be difficult and a worrying time for parents and guardians as well. And with this in mind, we have developed a virtual events guide, which we're going to include within that a range of events that will take students, teachers and parents through the student journey, from applying to UCAS to exam tips to student finance, and there's much more key information that we're going to give through this virtual events guide. All the events will be relevant for parents as well as students and teachers, but we are hosting a specific parents information evening, and once we have the final details on this, we will communicate that to you through your son or daughter's school. The next video I'm going to show is from a parent, from a student from Northern Ireland, and it shows the emotions that this father went through when he sent his son to university here at Queen's.
My son is Conor Robb, and he's first year in mechanical engineering at Queen's. I suppose with his personality, I thought maybe he would have gone away. And he did have a couple of universities, even on his UCAS form, he had a couple of, he had a university in London and a university in Bath that were his second and third options. So he did have that as an option, and he himself had looked at the prospectuses, looked at the universities, looked at the facilities, the reputation of the organisation. So he did all of that himself, but his decision was to stay in Northern Ireland. You know, locally, there is a reputation with Queen's as well, so there is a big attraction and a big pull to attending there. You need to do your homework. You need to start exploring the university, what it's got to offer, what its credentials are, what its success rates are, where the students go afterwards. Even staying in Northern Ireland, we live about 45 minutes an hour outside of Belfast, so there was still a decision about whether he moved out or stayed at home. And again, there was no pressure on him as to what he wanted to do, but he went with a full board option and stayed at home. It hasn't cramped his university experience. He's still very active in a lot of the clubs and societies and still has a great social life. It's just I do more of the taxiing. Mainly due to tuition fees, there's a financial implication of going to university now, so we're not in a position to be able to pay those fees for him, and I don't think that's the right thing to do either, because what's the saying, he needs some skin in the game as well, so he needs to know that this is his financial liability, so he needs to use this time wisely, see it as an investment, and get the benefit of it that he can, move on to a good career. There's some sort of key milestones or moments that things are significant things happen, and I think that's that this last year has been a huge shift. Where although he is still at home, he's an adult. He started working. He's his part-time job now. He's passed his test. He's driving now. So there's a lot of things that are happening. And he's just grown up and grown into an adult.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody, and I hope that has been really helpful for you. And don't forget now to go check out our festival map and all the live events that we're doing over the next few days, and you'll be able to experience all the exciting things that we have planned here at Queen's University Virtual Open Day Festival. Enjoy your day, everyone.